Yes. Okay, hi everyone. This is Rose with Goddess Love Therapy, and I'm here to continue a module that I have already started. We did go through some of the basic elements of this module already. So, this is part 2 of learning how to establish self-confidence, self-worth, and to manifest the desires that you have for your own life. And I based this particular module on my own personal journey. It was the first module that I created, so it's a little rough, but it's pretty dear to me. And there's a lot in this module that I think that you can get benefit from, because of where I was at this point in my life was probably rock bottom. So the exercises that I have placed in this module, they're really beneficial because these are the things that helped me as I progressed out of a state of hopelessness, helplessness, and became a more independent and strong person again. So I had created this mainly for women, but I think the material in this module is really beneficial for both men and women. So I hope that if you're struggling in life, that you find this helpful. And I'm going to just go ahead and pick up where I left off already. So where we're at now in this module is, if you're struggling in life and you don't know why, it's because we create what we fear. It's important to understand our fears because they are what is blocking us from moving forward, from being able to manifest things in our life. Discover the fears hidden deep within your subconscious mind that keeps you stuck and afraid to follow your dreams. What are you afraid of? Who are you afraid of? And why are you afraid of it? How can you overcome your fears? Write down as many fears that you can think of. Big, small, indifferent, it doesn't matter. We need to get to the bottom of why you're stuck. What is holding you back? Okay. Sometimes they're physical fears and sometimes they're not. So it's important for us to look at this from an objective point of view. So write down all of your fears. After you've written down your fears, I want you to write down the scenario that runs in your mind when you think of trying to start something new. What is causing this fear? This is where we're going to pinpoint what is blocking us so that we know what we need to focus on and doing to get over that fear, over that hump, so that we can move forward. So we need to find what is initially blocking you from making any positive changes in your life. So what is causing this fear? How does that outcome make you feel? So if you're thinking, well, I lost my job and I don't know what to do. So write down that fear of loss of income, the fear of not finding another job you like, whatever it is. And then think of what is keeping you from going after what you want. Fear of rejection, fear of that, whatever it is, because we're going to try to find a solution to that. And then explain what your idea of a perfect outcome would be. This is where we're able to visualize how we can accomplish something, or just even what we want to accomplish. even having an idea of what we want to accomplish gives us direction, a direction to go in. So when we have a direction to go in and we can visualize, we can imagine, we can actually see us doing these things. This is what triggers a manifestation. Because unless we can see it in our mind's eye, if we can't see it physically, if we can envision it, we have seen it and we have acknowledged it exists. And nothing exists until we can see it. So that is the first point of action, is to see what you want to accomplish and imagine it in your mind, accomplishing that goal. And it doesn't matter how you imagine accomplishing it, just imagine accomplishing it. The universe will do the rest. But if you have whatever you imagine, our imagination is so powerful. That's why as children, they are able to create things in their life very easily because they have a very active imagination. And that is really what our subconscious mind is feeding off of, is what our imagination is doing. And it's so powerful that it can create some really amazing things in your life that you could not have seen happening. But our imagination took us there. If you've ever met someone that you had a crush on and you imagined being with them, if you fantasized about them and you actually put yourself in that position with them and saw it and imagined how it would be. I know for me, I've manifested that relationship. And this is how our mind works. You have to see it and you have to believe that it could be an outcome that is possible. You have to believe that it is there waiting for you. Those two things are really a very important part of manifestation. They're very important key points to how we're going to manifest what we want in our life. We create our victory. Okay, so hidden inside of you is that power. It's been there the whole time. Define the most admirable characteristics about yourself to bring about success. Positive reinforcement is a important attribute to our belief system. So when we reinforce positive outcomes and release old belief systems, we can eliminate a low self-esteem. We can get over that low self-esteem issue that we believe we're not good enough for something, or we're incapable or not able to. Okay, eliminate any negative influences and forces that hold you back. So you really have to get rid of that negative mindset. We are capable of doing anything that we want to achieve. We just need the right tools, we need the right mindset, and we need encouragement to do it. Believe we can do it. Because with the right tools, we can accomplish anything. Okay, it's just using the tools to do it. And sometimes people don't have those tools, and this is what we're going to create for ourselves. We create everything we need, and we're going to create these tools for ourselves. So this is a very important step in trying to set a new direction. Okay, so I want you to first do this. If you need to take time to do this, and come back to the module later. There's a lot in this module that I'm going to have you work on. So do this at your own pace. Okay, I'm just going over the steps that I want you to work on right now. But do it at your own pace. Don't rush yourself through it. Take as much time as you need. Okay? Let go and let God. sometimes the best thing we can do is let go of control. In today's world, it is common to want to take control of everything in life. We may know what we want, but God knows what we need. Okay, have a direction, set your intention, and then let go of control. We have already created a blueprint for our life before we were born. You've already done this. Let the universe take over. You've already planned this out for yourself. So once you have set your intention, the universe will know what to do. You just have to believe it is there and it will happen. Things will come to you. You do not have to seek them out. You have to apply effort, but you do not have to find the solution, the resolution to what you want, because one will be created if you know what you want, if you put yourself in a position for you to find it. You can't just make an intention and then sit back and wait for everything to come to you. You have to do the legwork. You have to put in work. Okay, everything takes work, and anything worth anything takes work. Nobody gets anything in this life for free. It takes effort, it takes time, it takes energy, and it takes thoughtfulness. This may be hard to do, but it's best not to try to always control a situation. Sometimes it will push you out of your comfort zone, but this is how we grow. This is how we build faith. It's time to start keeping a journal. We've already been starting to keep a journal, but I want you to continue keeping your journal and enjoy the ride, because you're going to learn a lot about yourself here. You're going to learn our weaknesses, our strengths, our setbacks, where we went wrong, how we can change it, what we need to do. We're going to even decide what we want to do. Some people don't even know what they want to do. But we need to set goals. We need to set goals for ourselves that are either big or small. It doesn't matter. As long as you have something to reach for, something to accomplish, something to strive for and put your energy into, you're on the right track. But you need to know what you want to accomplish. So we're going to start setting some goals. This is extremely important. It could be a very small goal. But as long as you are accomplishing something and seeing things get done, seeing things being accomplished, it will start to give you a better self-image. It will start to develop the strength you have within you and belief in your own ability. So this is important because we need to believe in ourselves. Hold on to your hat. So this is going to be a little bit hard of a exercise, because sometimes it's hard to revisit the past, but it's necessary in order to change our future. We have to know what happened, exactly what happened, and when things started to go awry, when these fears started to take place. So what events happened in your life that brought you here? Usually a big event will happen in your life that changes everything that you knew. In fact, your whole world may seem to change. Your whole world may seem to collapse. Something big has happened and it's throwing you off course. So what are the events that led up to where you are today? When did it start? What are the things that happened during that time? And explain what steps you took or what it took for you to get here. What has happened between then and now? Does anything about that stand out to you? Because these are probably the times, the shifting points in our life. And this way we can pinpoint that shift. We can say, okay, this is where I made this decision and this happened. So now we can kind of see what we need to avoid doing in the future. We can see how, now that we made that decision, we know how it's going to end up. So we can avoid that same action and doing it again. This is why it's important to write it down so we can actually see how it played out and just accept it and realize that sometimes we'll go through life and keep making the same mistakes over and over because we don't realize what we're doing wrong. So it's important to see where we went wrong. It's also important to be able to have gratitude. And even though it may seem there's nothing in life to be thankful for right now, there's always something to be thankful for, always. So every day, this is going to be crucial for this to work. You have to find reasons to be thankful. I want you to list 12. And that might seem like a lot. But when you start finding reasons to be grateful, they start to just flow because you realize so many things that there are to be grateful for that we take for granted. So every day, find 12 things to be grateful for. The universe will have compassion on you and you will begin to heal. The universe responds to a grateful heart. For some reason, it has a draw to thankfulness and appreciation for what it gives you. And it will start to give you more to appreciate. Are there any signs from the universe? Synchronicity is a big sign that you are going through a spiritual awakening. What lines up with your thoughts and situation? Look for signs and listen to the universe as she talks to you and leads you on your journey. So as you start doing these exercises, pay attention to your environment and what's around you. What is lining up for you? What is giving you messages? What is giving you confirmation that you're on the right path? These are signs to you from God, from the universe, that you are on the right path and that you are doing the right things, that things are coming together for you. When you see synchronicities, that means things are coming into alignment and that what you are striving for is actually manifesting itself. So these are great things to look for and things to look forward to when you can start seeing the signs around you that things are going to work out the way you imagine it, the way you foresaw it, the way you want it. It gives you more encouragement to keep going, to keep striving for that, to keep working towards it. And it's a great feeling to see it around you and to see how it's all coming together. It's like magic. It's like a fairy tales of sorts. It feels like, you are being heard, that God is hearing your prayers. The universe is listening. The universe is responding, and you feel good. This is when you begin to feel good about life again because you're seeing it come to life in your own life. So, in order to break down barriers of what is limiting us, we must be honest about what we are not doing to change our current situation. Be honest with yourself about what you really want in life. It will help you to set goals for yourself to achieve. Realization of the problem is the only way to find the solution. So realize the problems so we can find resolution. Write down the top 3 problems in your life. What are you facing right now that are causing you problems? These are what we will be focusing on. Okay? These are what we want to fix. These are what we want to change. These are what we want to manifest a solution for. So those are what I want you to work on this week. It's a lot. Or work on until I can get another module out. It's okay if you repeat these things because they're going to change and you're going to set new goals and you're going to continue to grow. So allow yourself some time to go through the process of each of these and start watching how your life changes. And the next time you go back to do an exercise, you're going to see you're looking at things a lot differently. And you're going to have a different goal this time because you're going to have reached a milestone and accomplished a goal that you set for yourself. So these are setting directional milestones for ourselves. And whether they're big or little, it doesn't matter. Start off small. Don't overwhelm yourself, okay? You do not want to give yourself more than you can actually handle. Set realistic goals. Try to stay within a mindset that you know you can achieve if you put the effort into it. You're doing this for yourself, nobody else. Okay, this is for your benefit. So you do what you need to do and what you can do. Because once you can do something, it opens the door to something bigger and you become more accessible to things. Things become more accessible to you. And you will find that more doors will start opening for you once you start reaching these milestones. Once you start achieving these goals that you set. It's important. So keep that in mind when you're doing your work. This is all inner work. This is what they say, I've done the work. This is what the work is. Getting to know your own life, you're in doing that self-analyzation, contemplation, and realization of our situations to change the outcome of what we want in our life. So I'm going to leave the exercises there, but I'm going to go over a little bit more of my story. After the smoke cleared and the guy that had all the fun off my money, so someone stole my money that I was hanging out with, and he gave it all away. He left me homeless on the street with nothing. He stole my car. He let somebody take it. They totaled it. I mean, this guy put me out on the street. I met up with him, and I remember walking with him and discussing what had happened. Something changed for me that day, and God spoke to my heart, and the message was very clear. He said to me, "Don't blame him for what happened. It was me who did this. I have a mission for you, and I am putting you through training." I had no idea what that meant, but being a spiritual person and at one time giving myself, my life to God, knew that this was something that I had to do and that I needed to embrace it. So I forgave this guy for what he did. And I told him, I'm not mad at you because God told me that this was him. This was him who did this because he's got an important mission for me. So I embraced it. And it was one of the hardest and most grueling times in my life. But I felt the reassurance from God that all this was just a part of a plan designed for my life. Although I was not sure exactly what it was to entail, I accepted my calling and I chose to embrace it. Like I said, it was the most grueling, hard, scary time in my life. But I knew I was never alone. I felt the spirit within me always helping me through this time in my life. This is when I was stripped of my ego self and rebuilt to become a spiritual mentor and guide for those seeking truth. And this is why I'm here, and this is why I'm sharing my journey with you, and why I am trying to help those who may find themselves in a place where I was, because it was my calling. God put me there so that I could go through this, so that I could teach others. And, it's not something that most people would sign up for, but apparently I did. And so it's really important to me that this works and this gets out to those who really just need some kind of inspiration, and to know that someone else has been through what they may be going through. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist. I'm here to help lead you on a path that will change your own life, that you have set out to do for you. Nobody can change your life. I'm not going to give you a magic pill. This could be very gut-wrenching and heart-wrenching for you. This may be very hard for you. But no, you're never alone, because if you found this, God led you here. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm making these. Because this is what God wanted me to do. This is what Spirit wanted me to do. And the divine feminine came into my life later on my journey and showed me a lot of things. And this is why I try to focus on the divine feminine. But the masculine really needs to embrace the divine feminine at this time as well, because it is her energy that is going to help us and give us that ability to tap into some very sensitive and emotional parts of our life that we haven't wanted to face, but is crucial for our growth, is crucial for our success. Because without being able to emotionally heal, we can't achieve these things we want to achieve, because we've been hurt and tainted and beaten up so bad by life. Emotionally, we're tattered, and we need to rebuild that emotional structure within ourselves so that we can find the emotional strength that we need to endure these things that are going to come into our life, these obstacles that we face. It takes emotional strength to get through it. I'm going to leave it there. I really hope that this module has given you some insight about your journey and where you're at. And I will be making another module soon to pick up from where we left off here. I don't want to overwhelm you too much. This is a lot of work to do right now. So, good luck. I am sending you light and love, and know you're never alone, okay? You're never alone on this journey. And you always will have someone around you. You will find the support you need. The universe is on your side, so allow it to work in your favor. So I will see you again soon. You all take care and good luck. Do the work. I promise you, you will start to see changes in a positive direction. Okay? We'll see you next time, guys.